What is going on, community? What is going on, people of Earth? I am TJ, aka Flash by Night, and I think for 2 weeks in a row, we are going to make Transformers Thursday. And today, we are going to look at Transformers issue number 27, where Shockwave wastes no time trying to eliminate the Autobots, and the Autobots need to find a new leader. So we start out in the woods with this student named Rachel Becker. She's out there with her professor and his senior teacher's assistant, and they are in the woods looking at what she thinks are dinosaur tracks. But the professor looks closely and sees that the tracks are too smooth, almost as smooth as metal, but too smooth to be actual dinosaur tracks. And later on, we fast forward to this diner where this trucker stops to grab a cup of coffee, but while he's in the diner, Swoop of the Dinobots swoops in and steals the fuel tanker off of his truck. For those who may not remember, way back in issue number 4, the Dinobots split from the Autobots because they had a difference of opinion with Optimus Prime and Grimlock on how to handle the situation. And now they're back, kind of being menaces, stealing fuel from this guy so that they can drink and eat and get full before they go to the Autobot headquarters and let the Autobots in on a little news. Meanwhile, Shockwave and Soundwave are contacted by Ratbat back on Cybertron. Ratbat is a Decepticon after my own heart. See, Ratbat is an accountant. Well, technically he's an auditor. Okay, technically he's a fuel auditor. So he watches fuel consumption for the planet Cybertron for the Decepticons. And the news he is coming to deliver to Shockwave is that they are using entirely too much fuel on their missions compared to what they are sending back to Cybertron. Meanwhile, Shockwave wants to do something either very calculated or very drastic. I'm going to lean calculated because of who Shockwave is, but Shockwave wants Ratbat to send Trypticon, yes, that Trypticon, over the space bridge to come and attack the Autobots base while they don't have a leader and squash the Autobots once and for all. And while Ratbat is wary of this plan, he agrees but tells Shockwave this is their last chance, or else he's going to have to shut down transportation between Cybertron and Earth via the space bridge. So now that everybody is heading to the Autobot headquarters, what's going on in the Autobot headquarters? Well, in the Autobot headquarters, the Autobots have decided that they need to find a new leader. But the leader has to meet certain qualifications. He has to be strong, he has to be willing to fight, but he also has to be wise, he has to be compassionate, he has to have charisma, he has to have courage. And then a voice chimes in and says, strength. Strength is all you need. And that's why Grimlock should be the new leader of the Autobots. That's right, the Dinobots have shown up and Grimlock has thrown down the gauntlet. Of course, Autobots like Perceptor and Blaster all say no to Grimlock because he is the furthest thing from Optimus Prime. But Grimlock vows to show the Autobots that he will be the new leader. Meanwhile, back in the woods, Rachel is asleep when this bright light shows up. And from this bright light and across the space bridge, indeed, comes Trypticon, the ultimate Decepticon killing machine. And once Trypticon gets in position, he turns into battle station mode and he sends the Decepticon Hotshot to go scout and look out for anybody else in the woods that could be causing problems. And what part of the woods are we in? Right outside of Autobot headquarters, where Trypticon has now focused all of his firepower firing out the Autobots. And the Dinobots kind of just look on. Unfortunately for the Autobots, Trypticon is doing all the hard work so that the Dinobots can just come and take over leadership after the Autobots who are showing resistance are wiped out. This is when Rachel, who's running from all the activity, runs across Grimlock, and Grimlock tries to scare her, but she doesn't scare very easy. And while Grimlock doesn't like humans, He kind of admires her. She's not a coward. She doesn't run. That's going to play into things later on. And we see Trypticon continuing his onslaught, taking out Perceptor, taking out Blaster, using these sonic missiles to interfere with Omega Supreme, basically rendering all the Autobots useless. That's when Hotshot shows up with Rachel, bringing him back to Trypticon. And just when Trypticon is going to squish Rachel, her new admirer, Grimlock, comes to the rescue. You see, Grimlock and the Dinobots don't want to be leading like this depleted bunch of Autobots. They had second thoughts. Rachel has inspired Grimlock somewhat, and so the Dinobots jump on Trypticon. There are some back and forth, some really good fight scenes, some really good panels between Trypticon and the Dinobots before poor Trypticon finds out that he's running low on fuel and he's going to have to escape back to the space bridge and back to Cybertron. And as they get back to the base, Grimlock shows a little bit of doubt about trying to be the leader now, because he sees what the leader is supposed to be made of, and he almost messed that up. But the Autobots appreciated Grimlock's change of heart, appreciated the Dinobots coming back to help out, and Perceptor, Blaster, and the rest of the Autobots agree. Grimlock is the new leader of the Autobots. And that was issue number 27 of Transformers. And if it feels weird to hear that Grimlock is the leader of the Autobots, imagine having to say it. There are plenty of outtakes, trust me. But I hope you enjoyed yourself. I hope you saw something you liked. If you did enjoy yourself, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you want to keep up with me, keeping up with the Transformers, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Of course, feel free to leave comments. And as we always do at this time, love yourself, love others, and I will be back in a flash.